Now record it, right? All right.
Where are we on?
Day one, week one. It should be like number one at the bottom. Hey man, in the kitchen, man. You coming in?
Are you guys on?
Not yet.
I gotta stick this stuff. I'll pop my head in, man.
All right.
I'll get that press up there.
Wherever you at. There you go.
Wait, which one are we doing?
In the kitchen.
Just for the day.
Ooh, there you go, right?
One day at a time.
You guys didn't do this already when you were doing them last week?
No, we started on week 3 and week 4 or something.
Okay.
This is the thing that I was telling Mike. Sometimes if we're doing it,
Doesn't show up.
not that it has a problem when every time it goes into YouTube, but he told me not to worry about it because he can add it later.
You can do it, right?
See what I mean? That's what I was telling him. It was deleted.
Are you admin on Facebook?
Makes
I am. Would that help?
Yeah, remember
Did
we had
you
to
use
look
your
around,
admin?
right?
No, but I think we're live now.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome back to the In the Kitchen podcast.
Yeah.
Every time I'm in the kitchen,
You in the
You in the
kitchen.
kitchen.
We're going to say it with a little enthusiasm. Every time I'm in the kitchen,
you're in the kitchen.
you in the kitchen. Well, what we got on the menu today, Pedro?
Well, today we have, it's Monday, so what's on the menu is just for today, one day at a time.
One day at a time. That's all we get, one day at a time. And so, with that said, I will read the first bullet and we'll go from there. And it reads, what does just for today look like in real time? For me, just for today and recovery for me is it look like not waking up desiring or craving a alcohol drink or a drug. I know when I started out young, and so prior to going to school, this is back when we used to call it reefer. Marijuana was my go-to. And so that was something that I would start out my day with. I'm just going back when I was in school. As I progressed, then it began to be harder substance, but I'm gonna just leave it at that for today. All right, and that's what today looked like in real time for me. Is not waking up wanting to use drugs. Anyone else would like to share?
I think for me, it's like being present.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Not living in the past and stressing over things that obviously you can't change at this point. You know, just being present in the day, in the moment, and not having that worry all the time.
Yeah, yeah. That's good. I like that. Pedro, I know you over here doing a lot of technological things, but anything you want to add?
Yeah, like it says, what does just for today look like in real life? For me, I mean, the way I was taught was what I did yesterday is not going to keep me clean today,
Yeah.
and what I do today is not going to keep me clean tomorrow. Like what I do in this moment is what's going to keep me clean today. Like tomorrow, I got to wake up and I got to do it all over again.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that's like is pretty much recovery is in the moment. You know, what I do right now is what's gonna define tomorrow.
Oh man, I never heard it put that way, but I like the sound of it, and especially when we're living it out, that's even more better, or even greater to know that don't worry about what you did yesterday. Stay focused on today.
Yep.
And that's good. Want to read the next one anymore?
All right. Why does thinking too far ahead create anxiety? That's a big one. You get that job interview and they're like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I'm always like, I don't know where I see myself in 5 days. Like,
okay.
If I start thinking 5 years from now, all kinds of crazy stuff's going to start going through my head. And like, I'm going to get myself all worked up and anxious over nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, again, you can't control any of it. I think it can get overwhelming.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You guys burning something in there?
Oh yeah, we cooking up in here, Carl. You like to come on in?
You guys burning something in this kitchen?
We cooking.
Man.
Even check and see if we're live.
Let me
man.
see if Mike left anything in the refrigerator for me, man. Gosh.
Well, we talking about we cooking. We doing a lot of cooking on this kitchen podcast.
Nice.
And the second one, random read, is why does thinking too far ahead create anxiety?
Whoa.
That's something that I'm contemplating right now. It's like never put the carriage before the horse.
Mm-hmm.
Always take my time and do a self-assessment, because that's something that I always know how to do. Even though I get jitter and cravings, we all get nervous. I believe at times.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I say to myself, slow down, relax, assess the situation, and then move forward.
We're talking about living in just for today, whatever it is.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
I think we can all get, caught up thinking about the past and looking at the future, but like, don't stay stuck there. Like, it's okay to visit,
Yeah.
but don't get stuck there.
Don't get stuck there. These are some big words today. Talk to me, baby.
Frontal cortex.
What?
What do you think
Anyway.
of that? What do you think of that, Pedro?
Nah, for me, thinking too far ahead, it will definitely create anxiety because it's like I'm trying to look into the unknown,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, what if, and what if I fail?
Self-doubting.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's just better to just focus on what I need to do now, in the moment, like what I need to get done today, what tasks at hand I have to do.
It's less overwhelming.
Exactly.
Yep.
Because if I start thinking about far ahead into the future, I'm just going to create a lot of anxiety, a lot of self-doubt, like you said.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah.
All right. We're moving right along, I think. We're on bullet number 3. You want to read it? So.
What's one thing you can handle today without worrying about tomorrow?
Wow. One thing, as I was reading this earlier, I was thinking about not living in an environment where there's drugs and alcohol easily accessible.
Yeah.
I used to live in a community or neighborhood, however you want to put it, where that was like you could look across the field or across the street, there was somebody peddling or I would go to bed with stuff, drugs on me, just for tomorrow. Have that intentional, I'm going to save some for today.
Remember those days, yeah.
You remember those days?
Yeah, get off E.
And get off E. And so I don't have to worry about that for tomorrow. Thank God. Anybody else? I like that, Raina. Get off E.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it's focus on just handling, not using, not just picking up for today.
Mhm.
Everything else will come along. You know, as long as I don't pick up,
Mm-hmm.
especially in early recovery. Like, you know what I mean? Like your brain is all over the place, and you have
Mhm.
triggers and urges, and
Mhm.
still maybe detoxing a little bit, and being overwhelming. Just focusing, not picking up. You know, and focus on that sometimes. You know?
Mhm. Nice. All right. Somebody just jump in. But we cooking up in here.
I don't know. I think like Carl kind of hit the nail on the head with that one. It's just like, just for today, I'm not going to use.
I'm not gonna do
Pick
If
up.
I can do that through, make it through the day, then
it. Let
You
tomorrow
know,
take care of itself.
You
yep.
get to know yourself. Like, I know, for me, if I pick up, I'm throwing everything away.
Yeah.
Like, for me, it's back to, so to speak, I'm back to the races.
Everything you accomplish.
It's out the window.
Out the
Yeah.
window.
It's out the window. It's not, for me anyway, it's not, I'm going to pick up and it's going to be straight where I left off at. It's just a matter of time.
It's
you
a
know?
matter of time. Well, 10 times worse.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people think they're just going to go back to where they left off at. And that's not the case. You know, nowadays we know that what they put in the drugs is extremely high.
It's very
Yeah.
lethal. Like,
Yeah,
we see a
good
lot.
word.
Just,
Mhm.
in my own personal life, seen it in the community, but also at work. People think you're gonna go get high and pick up, and whatever the reason why you're picking up, and you're dying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's what it is.
that's so true. That is
Yeah.
so true.
Then what?
Then what? Loved ones have been hurt. Not just the person that's using,
Yeah.
not just us individually, but we got a whole family
Yep.
that's really dependent on us.
They're very selfish. Addiction is
There you
very
go.
selfish, because then our loved ones are left to pick up the pieces.
Yeah,
Right?
that's so true. Hey Joe, you want to add on something?
I think y'all pretty much
Okay.
said everything to be
If
said
not-
about that. Like for me, I need to be able to focus on what I have on the table right now, today, what I need to take care of today. Because if I start thinking about other stuff that I'm not able to take care of, right,
Mm-hmm.
then I just start getting overwhelmed and just start creating anxiety for myself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
You're not enjoying the moment. You're not enjoying what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And you know what? Just think about it now. An active addiction, right? We get our drugs or alcohol, whatever the case may be, and we're still focused on the next one. So I'm not even enjoying, towards my end, I wasn't even enjoying what I did have, what I did use, because I'm focusing on more.
Yep.
Or what's next.
So you saying you was really greedy in your addiction?
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Yep.
Not just one. All right. Well,
I know for one thing too, like the flip side of that coin is like I can procrastinate sometimes too, right? Like for me, it's like I can take care of some things today, but I'll do it tomorrow.
Putting it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, putting it off. Like that's a big thing for me. Like I'll put stuff off, like tomorrow, and tomorrow is not promised.
That's right.
So what I need to do what I can today, and just get it done, because tomorrow. Listen, if I keep saying tomorrow, guess what? Tomorrow ain't never gonna get here. Because tomorrow when I wake up, it's gonna be today all over again. And I keep saying I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna start tomorrow.
Yep.
And that's why procrastination, like,
Mm-hmm.
especially we talk about like an active addiction. Like, I'll just go tomorrow, or I'll stop this.
I was just gonna say
You're
that.
not going to.
Yeah.
I'll call tomorrow
Yeah.
for rehab, or
When
all
I
the
this
time.
and that, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That can kill us. Procrastination.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I think this last ingredient we got on the menu, this is a very important one. I believe it is.
Ooh.
Like, how do you reset when the day has already gone off track.
Well, that is a good one.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's where I think your coping skills come in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta take a breath, you know, say the serenity prayer, you know,
Yeah.
write a little gratitude list, like something to like refocus yourself.
Mhm.
Because like you can start your day over any time of the day.
I took the word
It
out of my
doesn't
mouth.
have to be when you
Yep.
wake up in the morning. You know, the first half's not going too well. You just refocus. The rest of my day is gonna be all right.
If something knocked you off your square, you don't have to let it ruin your whole
Mhm.
day.
Yep.
You know, we can do that at times. Like something go wrong,
Mm.
and the whole rest of the day, or no, not just the day. It can be multiple days. You can be stuck in this
Yeah.
negative headspace, or let you knock you off your spiritual condition.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like she said it, like
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking, because I remember a long time ago, like, you know, when it came to my mental health, like I had this counselor that would tell me, like, hey, listen, you can start your day anytime you want. You can restart your day at
Yep.
any time. You can restart your day. And I remember working in the warehouse, and then I was finally like move up in position. I was given some employees that I had to supervise, and I remember like using the same thing with my employees, and they didn't even know. And then like if something happens, they were like, "Oh man, like I'm having a bad day," and I would tell them, "Look, man, take a breather. We can restart our day anytime.
Mm-hmm.
Like go take 5 minutes and then come back."
Yeah.
And then like, what's the problem at hand? What's going on? All right, let's get this done. Let's fix it, and then you go about the rest of your day. So like it always worked, because I mean sometimes, you know, things can get a little overwhelming, but when that happens, you can take a 5-minute break,
Mm-hmm.
you know, reset,
Reset.
and then when you come back, it's like, all right, let's get back to it. Let's take care of what we need to take care of.
Yep.
And I want to use one of a speech that Deion Sanders, a Hall of Famer NFL player, who is now a coach of Colorado college football team, and he was saying, he was basically letting them guys know that, hey, I'm not gonna ever have a bad day. He said, I may have a bad moment, but I'm not gonna let no one
Ruin the whole day.
the whole day.
Yeah, that's like, can you
Lot of hours.
imagine?
That's a lot of
You
Yeah.
mean to tell me something that happened this morning,
This morning, you
before
still
you got to
going
work,
Yeah, you still gonna
and it ruined your whole day?
No.
Like,
So word to the wise, never have a bad day. You may have a bad moment,
Episode.
an episode. You might have an episode, even an episode, you know, but try not to have a total bad day. If possible.
yeah.
Yeah.
Reset, man. Even if you need to go talk to someone,
Mm-hmm.
you know, yeah, call somebody. Like I'm blessed to have some co-workers that if I'm going through something, I know I can step in any of their office, let them know what's going on, and reset.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and reset, because
Talk you off the edge.
exactly, because sometimes you need to hear a different perspective.
That's
Yeah.
what a team
Keep it
is.
to
know?
yourself.
Yeah, that's what a
Create
team
our
is
own
for.
stuff.
Because like when you're having a bad moment, right? It's like my sight is so narrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at everything so narrow, and then when I go and talk to somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
and then you give me a different perspective, it's like now I'm starting to see the whole picture.
Yep.
Like wow, now I see a way out. I didn't see it before because I was so
In
pinpointed.
the fall.
Like,
Tunnel
Caught up
vision.
in
you
the
know,
fall.
yeah, in the tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
And now I'm talking to somebody, I got a different perspective.
Mm.
You know, I'm able to look and be like, oh no, there is a way out. You know, it's not as bad as I thought.
Yeah.
You know, I can get through this moment.
Mhm.
Yep. I have
And
a
then-
good example of that.
Let's hear it.
Tell us,
Recently.
tell us.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
going to
let's
tell you.
Hold
Okay.
on us. Hold on us right now.
So I went to go visit my daughter in Tennessee last week and got a flat tire, right? In my rental car. 12 nails in my tire, right?
Jeez.
And got up in the morning completely flat. Everything in Tennessee's on a hill. We're trying to like jack up the car, just keep rolling. You know what I mean? And my daughter was ready to give up and go back in the house. She was like, I'm done. It just ruined my day. I don't even want to do nothing now. And I'm like, breathe.
Mhm.
Put the phone, call, guy came out, changed the tire. Now we got the whole rest of the day.
Nice.
Like, I didn't come to see you. to see you miserable.
Right.
Like, it doesn't have to ruin our entire day. And it didn't.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Got back in the car, went about our plans, and the day ended up being great.
Ain't that something?
But something like that, yeah, you can let it ruin your day, or you can handle it and move on.
Yeah, you can fix it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, find some resolve. Resolve is very good. I learned that in my recovery journey.
Solutions.
You know, resolution. You know, conflict resolution. You know, these are cognitive skills that I've learned. I'm quite sure we all learned along the way, whether we was in residential, outpatient. But always hold on to the coping skills that you may hear and improvise them in your lifestyle. That's my word to the wise today.
And at first they might sound silly, but
Yeah.
when you like try it, it works.
It works. It really works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So with that being said, I believe
That was the end one, last one.
Yeah.
that was the last bullet
Yep.
on that menu. So any last final words, anyone?
I guess you guys have good rest of your day. It's beautiful outside, I can tell you that.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
And be present and positive for the rest of the day.
All right. And so every time I'm in the kitchen,
You're
you're
in
in
the
the
kitchen.
kitchen.
Until next time,
Later.
see ya.
All right. Did great.
Nice.
Did great.
That's because we're awesome.
Yeah.
In the kitchen,
Now we
you
got something